first contest will start in 2 minutes.
Good morning everybody and welcome to the second and final day of competition at the IBSA Judo Grand Prix of Heidelberg 2024 here in Germany. Yesterday it was Ukraine that finished on top of the medal table with 2 gold medals. There were also gold medals for the Islamic Republic of Iran, Germany, Kazakhstan, People's Republic of China and Japan. And it was really a great day. We have so many competitors competing here in Germany. A total of 211 competitors, 130 men and 81 women in total. And they are representing 47 nations. So today also we have really good categories. We have several world champions and Paralympic champions competing here. And I'm really excited for it. The competition takes place on 3 mats today, like yesterday. And I will switch between the mats. But of course, if you like to watch any other mat, you're free to click on any channel on YouTube for the uncommented version. And there's also a German commentated channel available. So if you want to learn more about this Grand Prix or Para-Judo in general, you can go to ibsajudo.sport or igf.org. They are a big sponsor and they will have plenty of articles and nice reads about Para-Judo. And for now we're going to start on mat number 2 for one of those good categories, the J1 over 90 kilo for men. And we have a double world champion competing here, Williams de Araujo. We are not going to see him until the next round. And we have also former Paralympic champion Iliam Zakiev in this category. We have Ion Basot as the second seed. He's the current 3 of the last world championships. And he's really steady and becoming better and better. So talking about those world champions, the Araujo is one of those. He's a double world champion. In the J2 under 90 kilogram, we also have a double world champion, Helios Lachumania. He was unbeaten up until the Grand Prix of Baku. He was beaten by Koramotov of Uzbekistan there. So I'm really excited to see those two competing here today. And we're going to check out what's going on this mat between Jason Grandry of France and Ganbat Dashcheren of Mongolia. So Grandry had some really good results on the Grand Prix in the past. And I think he was struggling a bit more to find his form, but let's see how that will turn out today. And if I look at this category, you always have a few. You have Utepov, Nurmuninov, Jurayev. They're big lads and they're always fighting well. Well, this is a bit of an unfortunate start here. Dashcheren not wanting to take the grip. So in case those athletes, VI Judo is basically completely the same as sighted Judo, except for that they start off with their grips on, with their kumikata. And there's just some basic rules to that. So you have to have one hand on the sleeve, one hand on the lapel. Really nice action. Oh, Uchigari coming from Dashcheren. So quick start for him. But Grandry is trying to strangle down his opponent now. Not sure if that's effective. You cannot really tell so much. I think Dashcheren might be in trouble here. But the referee calls a mete. So exciting start in this contest. So it's the plus 100, I was saying. No, it's the plus 190 kilos. So there's no 100 kilogram category. And let's see if Grandry has something to come back to this contest. Otherwise, it's a quite upsetting start for him in the day. Because Dashcheren, if he wins this one, he would need to win the next one to be able for Grandry to have a rapid charge. And they will be facing the double world champion in the next round. So this is the J1 category, and this is the category for the blind and almost completely blind, so they have the biggest visual impairment. And then you have the J2 category for the people with limited sight. So they have a severe visual impairment, but a little bit less than the J1 athletes. And since a split in this category a few years ago, it got so much more fair. Because you can imagine if you see really a little bit or you see nothing, it's a big difference. It's a big difference in also in learning how to do judo. You cannot see anything, so you cannot really learn it by seeing, but you have to learn by feeling, by describing, and it's completely different way. So the referees is checking, they are checking something on the side. And decided that not to do anything. So sometimes they are checking something with the grips or something that happened before. It's really good that they have this GER system. So I was talking about the split in the categories, so that made it a lot more fair. You see a lot more athletes in the J1 category pop up, and it got to a really good category with good judo. And before there would be sometimes a difference in quality, so the J1 athletes wouldn't have enough chances of medals, so they would not go to the big tournaments. And now you see those people competing all year long, and that's really great to see. But with that split in categories, we lost some of the weight categories, unfortunately. So the 66 and 81 in men, and the 52 and 63 in women categories. And it's another good attempt coming from Dash Chir, and he's looking quite strong here today. But this is the danger of Grandry again, trying to work on strangling down his opponent.
The winner of match 3 in the blue judo gi representing Sweden, Oscar Weidgren.
So both athletes making sure that they have the right kumikata. So I said it's one hand on the lapel and one hand on the sleeve. And as soon as they're quite happy with their grips, so if there's not a big difference in that, the referee will call an hajime. But sometimes they are disturbing each other too much, and then the referee will point out one of these athletes to have the preferred choice, and she will start with the white one in the white judo gi, and then the one in the blue judo gi, and so forth.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57.
So I think you're going to see today, as yesterday, there are so many competitors of high quality, and the stakes are really high. There's only 3 competitions left before the Paralympic Games in Paris, so there's a lot of athletes that are not sure yet of their qualification. And with that, they're going to fight a little bit more tactically, because they don't want to lose out in the opening seconds. They don't want to take big risks. And you really saw that yesterday all day long. So less big scores, because if you take big risks, you can also go over big sometimes. And it also, I think, just shows that the quality of judo is getting higher every competition.
The winner of match representing Kazakhstan.
And it's again Grandri trying to work on the ground. It's becoming an interesting battle here because Dascheren is on 2 penalties, 2 yellow cards on the scoreboard, and he cannot afford another mistake basically. If he makes one tiny mistake, he will pick up that 3rd Shido and lose the contest.
Competing on mat 3 in the men's J1 under 90 kilo category in the white judo gi representing Turkey, Gorman Bichash, and in the blue judo gi representing Mongolia.
Another Seonage from Dascheren, and he does it. So although he had 2 penalties, he's the one that looked more positive, like he came up with 2 good scores. And he just beat Jason Grandri.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Brazil, Larissa Silva. And in the blue judo gi representing Canada, Christina Mallett. The winner on mat 2 in the blue judo gi representing Mongolia, Gamba Dascheren. Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category.
So we're gonna watch the second contest here in the J1 over 90 kilogram category for men.
And in the blue judo gi representing Croatia, Predrag Stojnovic.
In white judo gi here, Jerlan Utepov of Kazakhstan, and he is facing Predrag Stojnovic of Croatia. And for me, Stojnovic is quite new to the scene. I haven't been at all the competitions, but I've been at quite a few, and Utepov is someone that I've seen before and can throw good throw big. And I think that's a good example. Right away he comes in with a big hip throw, scoring Awazari, and now trying to free up that leg for an osaikumi, and that looks quite strong, honestly. And it's too bad for Stojnovic because some of these athletes just want to get some experience in also. And if you go over that quickly, you just don't have really the time to get some experience in. But really strong work from Utepov.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Canada, Priscilla Gagne. And in the blue judo gi representing Spain, Maria.
So quick win, you can see that by the time on the scoreboard there was still 3 minutes and 36 seconds left. That means only 24 seconds gone. 24 seconds you needed, including osaikumi hold on. So unfortunate for Stojnovic, he still does have a chance of a repechard if Utepov reaches the semi-finals. So in that case, Utepov would need to win his next fight. And while I'm saying that, obviously I'm able to see all mats, and on mat number 1 there's the 57 of women taking place, and I've only seen Ippons happening there. Really great judo on that mat as well. And Priscilla Gagne, the second seed of today, just threw over Maria Montenegro Ruiz of Spain. So I'm hoping to watch that mat also a little bit later today, but for now we'll stick to this mat. And we have the fight between Daniel Knecht of the Netherlands and Azizbek Nurmominov of Uzbekistan. First left seonage attempt from Nurmominov. And good work from Daniel Knecht here, trying to work in Newaza, almost holding down his opponent. So good start actually from both of these athletes. And you can see there's a weight or a height difference with these athletes. And Daniel Knecht is such a tall, strong athlete. But in some cases, he's in risk of going over with a low seonage. Like that, but he is blocking that quite well here.
The winner of match 1 in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Rujan Amriba.
So the referee is bringing them both to their spots. So obviously the athletes don't see where they are on the mat. So sometimes they wander off the mat, but in that case the referee will shout jogai to point out where is the center, and they can hear that. But obviously they're not as strict with those penalties. So in sighted judo, obviously you get a penalty for wandering off the mat area, and in this case it's a little bit different.
The winner on match 3 in the blue judo gi.
So both athletes, they're trying to find some space for a new technique. Here Knecht's trying to sacrifice technique. I don't think he had enough leverage on his opponent there to really throw him over, but it is a different technique that you can try sometimes.
Competing on match 3 in the men's J1 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Canada, IBSA Judo.
Another left-sided seonage, but again well blocked by Daniel Knecht. And it gives him some time again to work on that newaza. This time it looks quite strong there. And I explained that yesterday also. If they take the time to work on that, the referee will normally give them time. As long as there's progress in the technique, then the referee will give more time. And really well done by Knecht here. Just turning Nurmominov cleverly on his back and switching from a sankaku to a Osaikimi hold down. And that looks quite strong. It just needs to hold on for a few more seconds to score a Nippon score. So good job by Knecht. And he will face Utepov in the next round. So you will see two really tall athletes fighting in the next round.
The winner of match 1 in the white judo gi representing Ukraine, Angela Habrishuk. The winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi representing Netherlands, Daniel Net. And the winner on mat
So we're watching mat 2 at the moment, and there are two more categories on this mat: J1 under 70 kilogram for women, and a J2 over 90 kilogram for men. And then on mat number 1, there's J1 under 57 for women, J2 over 70 kilo, and J1 over 70 kilo, all for women. So the women categories, and on mat number 2, it's the under 90 kilogram category for J1 and J2 athletes, and then the J2 under 70 kilogram for women. So we arrived at the second half of this contest sheet, and in white judogi here is Ion Basoc of Moldova, and he's fighting Theokitos Papachristos of Greece. So Basoc really is steady, I think, in his results. So he doesn't win golds, but he wins second places, third places. So he's quite constant. And he's always there and about. And Papachristos is one of the ones that's been around for a long time. You won't see him attacking so much, but he's really great in taking over. So he really feels his opponent and he puts the pressure on with that left hand. So that is dangerous for Basoc. So this you're gonna see a lot. And the problem for Papachristos is that he's waiting always very long for an attack, so he's not really attacking himself. And he can do great takeovers and score ippons, but if that doesn't happen, he's likely to pick up some passivity Judos. So a strong left-sided grip from Basoc. And let's see if he can do something with that. So here you could see actually right away, so Basoc came in with a good left-sided technique, but the reaction and the response of Papachristos is so quick. So again, that left-sided grip of Basoc, that's such a different, or that's quite difficult for their opponents. So you can see that Papachristos cannot do so much. Here again, such a strong grip from Basoc. And I think that's the action of Papachristos was basically to escape that pressure. That's never really a good entrance for a technique. So in some cases you can have athletes that can do that. So a lot of tapping on the feet, some Ashiwaza attempts, but no really big attacks. And you see here how it plays out so many of the times. So Papa Christos on 2 penalties now. And he really needs to start doing something. And it's interesting to see that Basok works both right and left. So now he has a stronger right side. But I think he can feel the pressure of Papa Christos. So he's also afraid to come in with a big technique and go over. But the problem now for Papa Christos, he will just pick up a third Shido. So that's quite unfortunate. So for Basok, he knows he was picking up a third Shido, and Papa Christos knows as well. He did his best, but he was not good enough to beat Basok, the number 2 seed here today.
The winner of Matsu in the white judo gi, representing the Republic of Moldova, Jan Basik.
So the next contest is on the mat. Erkinjon Jurayev of Uzbekistan. He's wearing the white judo gi here. And he will be facing Abderrahmane Chitouan of Algeria. So both athletes make sure they have the right grip. And you can see that Jurayev has his feet one in front and one in the back, and that's not possible. They have to be at a horizontal line. Oh, that was interesting. Jurayev right away coming in with a Makikomi attempt, and Chitouan trying to take over but not succeeding. But now he's actually holding down his opponent. Don't feel that's the strongest hold down, but we don't really have the right angle. That's the problem. So it might be looking very strong from another angle. So it feels like he's quite stuck, and Chitouan is gonna take a quick win here in this round. So unfortunate for Jurayev, because he started off quite strong. You can see the disappointment on his face. And it's so frustrating to lose out in the first round like that.
The winner of mat 2 in the blue judo gi, representing Algeria, Abderrahmane Chitouan.
So Chitouan goes through, and he's to face Basok in the next round.
Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Azerbaijan, Ilham Zakiev. And in the blue judo gi, representing Kazakhstan, Balanbek Orlebek.
So one of the biggest champions on the mat, Ilham Zakiev of Azerbaijan. He's wearing the white judo gi here. And he is facing Banglabek Onalbek of Kazakhstan. So you see there's a difference in weight here between these two athletes. Doesn't say anything. The same is actually happening on another mat between Meg Emmerich and Wang of China, and Emmerich is leading there, and I think she's like half the size of the Chinese. So it doesn't say anything. You need to have good judo skills, but in this case Zakiev has both. He's able to throw over his opponents quite often.
The winner of match 3 in the white judo gi representing Turkey, Yasin GER.
So both of them picked up a Shido. It's a thing you can see with Zakiev as well many times. It takes a long time to come up in an attack, but then here you see a good example. But when he does, he has great technique and great strength, and he's just thrown over Otalbek with a beautiful throw. Guess it was a Haraguchi in this case. So a good start for Zakiev.
The winner of Matsu in the white judo gi.
So I don't think there are really big surprises in this category. You could say it's a little surprise that Jason Grandry is out already. He still has a chance of a rapid chart, but I wasn't expecting him to lose here maybe. But the other top favorites are still in. So Basok, so number 2 seed. Zakiev was not, he's I think in the number 3 seed.
Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing the People's Republic of China, Ji Xilong. And in the blue judo gi representing Mexico, Oscar Aguirre.
So on the mat now, Ji Xilong from People's Republic of China in white judo gi and Oscar Aguirre of Mexico in blue. Ooh, that was, I think, almost a mistake by Aguirre, but the conclusion that he's in the hold down, and Chi is also leading with the Vasari score. So quick finish for the Chinese here. And with that said, I think it might be nice to take a look at mat number 3. Because there we just see Azelionite of Lithuania win her first match. But I'm really interested in the next one, because we're going to see the return of the Paralympic champion here, who was injured for quite a long time. And she's making her appearance now, just a few months before the next Paralympic Games. So she suffered an injury on her knee and took a long time to recover there, and now she's back on her feet. Alana Maldonado in white judogi here. She's the current Paralympic champion. She's also a world champion, and up until this injury she was unbeaten for a long time. And she's facing Ayala Mereke of Kazakhstan in blue judogi here. And I'm so interested to see if she's fit and in what shape she is, because those kind of injuries, they can do so much, not only in your physical form but also mentally. So after a big injury, you have to get trust in your body again and make sure that you are free to move however you want. So I think she's working on the arm here.
Representing Brazil, competing on mat 1, the women's J2 over 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Uruguay, Mariana.
So another attack by Mereke, but easily blocked by Maldonado, and I think she's working either on the arm on the Newaza or she's gonna try something different here. So it's a really good grip from Mereke. I haven't seen her around for so much. She looks like a strong athlete. And Maldonado is taking her time to come up with a good attack. Now trying to switch directions, that's smart. And trying to work in Newaza. And you can actually see that she was out for a while, so she takes time to get back into shape. And for her, I think it's really positive that she's just in time to get a few competitions in.
Was man auch machen kann, jetzt stehen die alle da rum, die diese Körbchen tragen. Man stellt es sich da drüben hin und sagt, derjenige an der Matte, bei dem es ist dafür.
So it's really left against left, and it's so different to come up with a good left-sided throw because your opponent is leaning completely towards the other direction. That's why it's really nice for Maldonado to try to switch that direction. Like that again, I think that's the way to go. And now quite close to pushing her over for an all-saikomi hold down. I think Mereke is in trouble here. And she has the hold down. And it looks a little bit strange because the top of her body is completely on the other side, but it means that both her shoulders are hitting the ground. And if you have that, you have a Hosaikumi hold down, but now she could just grab on the leg. Nevertheless, it's the first Wazari on the board for Maldonado, and now trying to work on the arm again.
Competing on mat 2, the women's J1 under 70 kilo category.
So here again, it's nice to see the referees giving them time to work on the ground because there was some changes. There was progress on the ground. Another left-sided technique, but I just don't think she's strong enough. You can see that Maldonado is physically so strong, and well, she has so much experience also. Well, I think now it's under the chin. But I think Mirek is a good athlete, and it's just unfortunate for her that she's facing Maldonado in the first round. So although Maldonado was out for such a long time, she shows her quality by beating her opponent here.
The winner of match 1 in the blue judo gi representing Kazakhstan, Zarina Arifova.
And we're gonna watch one hell of a contest here. That's gonna be so good to watch. It's double world champion Elios Lachumania, France, in the white judo gi here. #1 seed, obviously, and he will be facing Daniel Rafael Goral of Germany. So Goral is a really good athlete as well. I think it's quite unfortunate for him to have this draw. If you look at a draw, it's not the best to have the double world champion and you're just in your second contest in the second round. But the good thing is, otherwise to to sighted judo, they have a chance of a rapid charge if your opponent reaches the semi-final. So strong beginning of Goral. So good attempts coming from Goral, nice and strong, and he looks sharp as well. But the only thing is, can he hold on to this strength for the next 3.5 minutes? So he starts off so strong, but it costs a lot of energy, and I think Lachumania is taking a little bit more time. And Goral is looking very strong. You could see Lachumania just really crumbling under the pressure of Goral here. And he's gonna pick up a Shido for that. So if you just go to the ground without any action to basically escape the pressure of your opponent, it's gonna give you a penalty. So Lachumania is warned here. Ooh, nice one. A nice right-sided Uchimata attempt from Goral. He's really going for it. And I love to see that Goral has no, let's say, he does have respect, of course, for the double world champion, but he's not scared at all. And he's going in with full confidence. Now a left-sided attack from Lachumania, but you could see that Goral is also physically very strong. The problem with Lachumania, I think, is that he's so difficult to throw over, and he can come up with really nice Morote Soinakes from different directions. Even when he has no space at all, sometimes he can come underneath and throw over his opponent.
The winner of match 1 in the blue judo gi representing Great Britain, Kirsten Taylor.
So that right side of Goral is giving problems to Lachumania here. Ooh, not again escaping his pressure. That's not smart.
Competing on match 1 in the women's J2 over 70 kilos.
So Lachumania was unbeaten for such a long time, and he was beaten in the Grand Prix of Baku last year by Karomatov, and he must have been so confident before that. Oh, that's such a shame for Goral. And I think this just shows the quality of Lachumania. He just needs one small opportunity. And that's sometimes the difference. Like, Goral is such a strong athlete, but sometimes the difference is just that there's they almost have no small mistakes like Goral just made.
The winner of match 3 in the white judo gi representing France.
So it was an interesting contest to say the least, and I'm hoping for Goral that he will have a rapid charge. It would be nice to see him again facing some other opponent.
Competing on match 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category.
So for this next round, in white judo gi we have Dmytro Solovey of Ukraine, and in blue we have Feng Bin of People's Republic of China. So Solovey for me is an interesting character to watch. He was back in the 73, he became a Paralympic champion a long time ago. And he had to move up not only to 81, but obviously that doesn't exist anymore. So he moved up to the 90 kilogram category. And he's quite a small athlete. And I think he was struggling also a little bit with his shape before. So with his physical fitness. But I was gonna say he's starting to look better and better during the last few competitions. And here he shows great skill by throwing over Fing. He does have to face Lachumani in the next round, but that could be an interesting contest.
Match 3 in the white judo gi representing Ukraine, Dmytro Solovey. And the winner on match 2 in the blue judo.
And I'm not sure how is the national competition, because you also have Nazarenko, who's a former world champion of Ukraine in this category. He's, I think, been the absolute favorite for Ukraine in this category. But I'm not sure how that's going to go if Solovey is starting to win bigger medals in the next 3 competitions.
In the white judo gi representing Great Britain, and the blue judo gi representing Georgia,
So Gogo Churi is not competing here this weekend. So Eva Malloy has an easy win in the first round. He just has to bow and to take a win. But he does have a tough draw here in this competition. He was going to face Gogo Churi. That doesn't happen, but still in the next round he will have the winner between Goodrich and Karomatov. And if he is able to win that, he would face Lachumani or Solovey. So for sure he's going to have some really tough fights today.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 over 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing the United States of America, Christina Garcia.
But this category is such a battlefield. If you just saw the #1 seed Lachumani struggle against Goral, because Goral is a great athlete. You have Dmytro Solovey in here, even Malloy. Here Karomatov, who was the only one to beat Lachumani in the last few years. And then you have Marcelo Casanova of Brazil, Lasha Kizilashvili, the bronze medalist of the last World Championships of Georgia, Alexander Nazarenko of Ukraine, Galimzan Smagululi is not a bad athlete at all. So there's so many athletes that have a chance of a gold medal today. And I think this is one of the categories with the most depth, and I think it's extra special that Lachumani managed to finish up on top on so many of those occasions. So a strong left-sided grip from Karomatov. And Goodrich had such a tough battle in this one. Trying to get underneath, but not really getting close to the Karomatov. Wow, beautifully done, and unfortunate for Goodrich, but Karomatov looks on form. And I'm actually already excited for the quarterfinals. So we already have a matchup between Lachumani and Solovey, and now Malloy and Karomatov. So it's gonna be good for sure.
2 in the white judo gi, representing Turkey, Esme Taskin. Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Brazil, Marcelo Casanova. And in the blue judo gi, representing Italy, Simone Canizato. Competing on mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing
So on the mat now, Marcelo Casanova of Brazil in white judo gi, and he is facing Simone Canizzaro of Italy in blue. So you see there's a small difference in height between Casanova and Canizzaro, in the benefit of Casanova. Because Casanova being the number 3 of the last World Championships. So these two have met before, they know each other's moves. And that does make a difference. And with that said, if you want to watch this match, you can just click on this channel, but I think we're going to take a look at mat number 2 to see the current Paralympic champion of the under 90 kilogram athletes category for men watching. So it's Wahid Nouri here, and he moved up after this Paralympic Games, already a world champion. He's actually unbeaten in his new category as well. So he's facing Shurkam Irza Shukurbekov of Kazakhstan. And he's doing quite well here. Shukurbekov has a good Soratsuri Komiyashi, as you can see. It's taking some effort out of him, so it's not good that he's already reaching for some air after just a minute in this contest. So that strong left-handed grip from Nouri, and he's really good with those uchimatas. Now in this case trying to go for some Oso Togari or Haragoshi. Big hip throws. Here you can see first Wazari's score on the board. He's just so good with that. So since 2021 he was silver medal at one of these Grand Prix and lost to Nazarenko. But since that he was unbeaten. He won the Paralympic Games of Tokyo, the Grand Prix in Nur-Sultan, the World Championships in Baku and in Birmingham. So you can see Shukurbekov really going down actually, so he just doesn't have enough physical strength to keep going. So again, that strong left-sided grip, and another Uchimata with the Wazari score for Wahid Nouri. So I'm happy to see Shukurbekov back in the rapid charges, because I do like his style, and he showed some good judo skills. So let's see how he will do in the rapid charge.
The winner of Mat 2 in the white judo gi representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Wahid Nouri. Competing on Mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Great Britain, Jack Hodgson. And in the blue judo gi representing France, Prix.
So in white judo gi here, Jack Hodgson of Great Britain, and in blue judo gi, Berenger Ligo of France. So Hodgson was also out for an injury for a long time, and now just recently came back. And hoping to find his shape again, because he has really good judo. So the referee is now asking Hodgson to grab first time, and he can have the first choice, and then after Ligo can take his grip. And in the next round it will be the other way around. Oh, that was really nicely done. Great response from Hodgson. Nice takeover. And putting Lijo flat on his back. So good start for him, and I'm hoping that will give him some extra confidence.
The winner of Mat 2 in the white judo gi representing Great Britain, Jack Hodgson.
So we have 2 more quarterfinals in this category now. And the first of them is gonna arrive to the scene soon.
Competing on Mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi.
So in white judo gi here, Ibrahim Bolukbasi of Turkey. And blue judo gi, Nasser Zorgani of France. Yeah, this is what Bolukbasi is good at. Really those drop Senagis, and he's such a big fella. You wouldn't expect that of him. But he has really strong judo. Now trying to hold down his opponent. And he needs to keep that leg free. Otherwise it will be a Toketa.
On Mat 1 in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Firuza Egashira.
But I really like Bolukbasi's style. He's so explosive, and you don't expect such a tall guy to drop on his knees and come up with a good drop seunage. So quick finish, unfortunately,
Under 90 kilo category.
for Zorgani, but he still have a rapid charge.
And in the blue judo gi, representing Republic of Moldova, Nikolai Bondarev. The winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi, representing Turkey, Ibrahim Balakspati. Competing on mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Kazakhstan, Yerlan Kokiev. And in the blue judo gi, representing Brazil, Sergio Jr.
On the mat now in white judo gi, Yerlan Konkiev of Kazakhstan and Sergio Jr. of Brazil. It's Konkiev in white judo gi and Junior in blue.
In the women's J1 over 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Ukraine, Anastasia Harnik. And in the blue judo gi, representing Indonesia, Roba Siska.
So first right-sided Seonage. I think it's more almost falling on his feet than a real good effort. So first Judo now for Konkiev. I'm not sure I missed it. Just looking the other way, but I think it was some kind of gripping mistake.
The winner on mat 1 in the white judo gi, representing Ukraine, Anastasia Harnik.
So good. Wow, for me that was one of the ippons of the day. That was really beautifully done. Such an explosive move coming from Konkiev. And I love it because he's going to face Boluk Bassi, who's also really explosive, so that's for sure going to be a good contest. So unlike yesterday, there's been so many ippons today. And you never know how that turns out, you know. One day can be a little bit slower than the other day. Yesterday there were so many close fights, many golden scores, and such a tactical fights. And today you see these huge ippons.
And the winner on match 3 in the white judo gi, representing Georgia, Lasha Kizilashvili. Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category.
So let's take a look at the double world champion here. William Araújo of Brazil. And in this case he's facing Dashchiren Gambat of Mongolia.
In the white judo gi, representing Ukraine, Alexander Nazarenko. And in the blue judo gi, representing Kazakhstan, Galimzan Smaglini.
So the referee just making sure that they have the right grip. Nice. Actually, that was not a bad attempt coming from Dashchiren, but I think he was just really overpowered here by the Araújo, and he could just push on with the. I think we had the wrong angle, but I assume it was a shimewaza, a strangle, and Dashchiren had to tap out. So we just got to see a glimpse of the strength of the Araújo. Looking very strong today, just winning his first contest, and right away he's in the semi-final.
And the winner on mat 1 in the white judo gi, representing Venezuela, Danza Yoselin Sanabria Alcala.
So to see who is going to be his opponent, we're going to watch the next contest between two really tall athletes.
Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Kazakhstan, and in the blue judo gi.
So coming on to the mat now in white judo gi is Yerlan Utepov of Kazakhstan. And he will be facing Daniel Knecht of the Netherlands.
J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing the People's Republic of China, Shi Yiji. And in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Koziaton Kozianova.
So a strong start for these two athletes. And let's see who's going to be the first one to attack here. So both are taking their time to come up with an attack, and that's many times the case because they both also have great takeovers. So here you see, actually it was a good attempt from Utepov, but now I think Knecht is trying to strangle Utepov. Didn't have enough leverage there on the lapel of Utepov to really be dangerous there. So first attempt in from Utepov.
Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Great Britain, Jimmy Alderson. And in the blue judo gi representing South Africa, Jack Joubert. Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Argentina, Paula Carrier Gomez.
So it's another attempt coming from Utepov. I don't think that was the best attempt. Maybe it was to escape a little bit the pressure of Knecht. And the problem for Knecht is that it's another attack in for Utepov. So he needs to do something in order to not pick up a pseudo for passivity. So both athletes take their grip again.
In the blue judo gi representing South Africa, Jack Joubert.
So it is kind of difficult. That was a really nice low seonage. Just pushing through.
Competing on mat 3 in the men's J1.
So first attempt from Knecht in, and that was looking strong.
Judo gi representing Brazil, Arthur Cavalcante da Silva. And in the blue judo gi representing Sweden, Oscar Weidemann.
So quite evenly matched these two. No scores yet on the board, also no penalties on the board. So good attacks coming from both of them. And they are battling out who's going to be the opponent of Williams de Araujo in the next round. Another nice effort coming from Knecht, but he's in trouble now in a strangle. And that doesn't look too good, to be honest. And a good escape from Knecht there, but that is a dangerous thing. Knecht has a good seonage, but with that he can have the risk of being strangled down after that. And that was looking quite strong actually. Good turnover. So still working on the ground and getting time from the referee, and I really like that because there is progress. Now it's starting to be static, but really nicely done by Knecht, and he needs to hold on to that for 10 seconds in order to score a Bazari. It's not enough, 5 seconds just on the board. So that took a lot of energy out of these athletes. So Utepov had a big scare there. Just with 11 seconds to the if Knecht managed to hold on to that technique for 5 more seconds, he would have won the contest. So you can see here a battle like that with Hosaikim Holden. It can take so much energy, it takes so much strength to control that and to escape that.
In the white judo gi representing Kazakhstan, Beruzan Astamakov. And in the blue judo gi representing Mongolia, Batug Spakhoyak.
So they have some breathing time now. I think they were lucky to be able to fix their gis again. So they had like 30 seconds or so to really get some air in. So only 11 seconds left in this contest. Good attack coming from Utepov here, but the time's up now. And really no scores or penalties on the board. So it's going to be a first golden score here to see who is going to be the winner. And a good effort coming from Utepov here. But Daniel after that trying to work on the arm again. And I think that also looks under. So really well done by Utepov, trying to run in the different direction, but very close, I think, to tapping out here in this contest. It's such an interesting contest to watch. It could really go both ways. So still no scores on the board. 1 minute and 7 seconds into the golden score now.
Mat 1, golden score.
So Utepov trying to get some reaction from Knecht, moving him around.
In the blue judo gi representing Brazil, Larissa Silva.
That's a good effort from Utepov, just losing the grip on the way down. And again, there's some action under the chin. I don't think he's in the right position here, Knecht, to really go for that shimiwaza.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Canada, Priscilla Gagnon. And in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Uljan Amriva.
So another attempt from Utepov.
In the white judo gi representing Kazakhstan, Rauzan Astabikov.
So I think Utepov has the most attacks from standing position, but Knecht was much more dangerous in Newaza. Again, he's going to try to do something on the ground.
In the white judo gi representing the Republic of Moldova, Oleg Kretov. And in the blue judo gi representing France, Cyril Yola.
So Utepov is threatening here. And it's a sacrifice technique coming from Knecht. Not really have enough leverage here. And I think both athletes are starting to lose their strength a little bit after 6 minutes of, almost 7 minutes of competing here.
The winner on mat 1 in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Uljan Amriva.
So Knecht needs a quick tidying up, but I think that will help actually both athletes, because it took such a big toll out of them, and this minute or 2 minutes of recovery can mean a lot for them. The other problem is that the opponent will have the same thing. And with that, it might be nice to take a quick look here at mat number 3 between Oleg Kretsu of Moldova and Cyril Jonard of France. So 2 former Paralympic champions. Great athletes, been around for a long time already. And I think since the split in categories, they really have really new and better chances of a good medal. So as soon as Knecht will return to the mat, we will jump right back to that contest. But this is a good one between 2 athletes with great judo skill. Let's see who is going to be the first one to attack here again. Kretsu now gets a chance to work in the ground. So as Knecht is returning to the mat area, we're gonna take a look at that fight, because it's a really good one, almost 7 minutes in already. And let's see who has the biggest stamina to really come up with a win here. They have difficulty to come close to each other, so they're blocking each other out a little bit. That's why it's difficult for them to attack. I guess they would have to come up with some other solution here. Good attempt coming from Utepov. Now it's a strong right-handed grip from Utepov, and I think that's dangerous for Knecht here. Here left Seoinage to come out of that. Actually bringing Utepov off balance. So what a monster of a fight, and to think that these two, they have so much minutes of fighting, and it takes so much energy, and then they're gonna face double world champions William Araujo in the next round. And Araujo had just like less than a minute of competing. So that looked quite dangerous there from Utepov to Knecht. So still in this fight, already the second time whole contest time is gone. 4 minutes into golden score. And another good attempt coming from Knecht, from Utepov, I must say. And you can see here that they're both out of energy, so the attacks look less strong. They don't have an effort. They can put in an effort, but it's less strong. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a first penalty arriving to the scene. Actually, it's going to be for Utepov for going to the ground without any good technique. And I think it's not about the effort, it's just that there is no energy left to come up with a good technique. So it's another good attempt from Utepov. He's the one that's looked a little bit more active, to be honest. So one hell of a fight here between these two top athletes. And I couldn't tell you who was going to win this one. Nice right-sided Seoinage from Knecht. That was actually the best effort I've seen for the last few minutes. Just not enough for a score, but another good effort in for Knecht. So Makikomi attempt coming from Knecht. Just I don't think he was in the right position there. And now working on the arm, and that's really a good job. Trying to get him to tap out, and that's beautifully done. And I really like it. After 5 minutes and 26 seconds into golden score, there was still enough sharpness in Knecht to come up with that technique. And I'm just hoping for Knecht that he has enough energy left to fight his next battles. So I'm gonna leave you to it for a few minutes, but we're gonna stay on this mat for the next fight between Ian Basuk and Abderrahmane Chedouane of Algeria. Welcome back. And watching the contest between Brenda Souza de Freitas, who just beat Bibisora Usmanova of Uzbekistan. Souza de Freitas entered the scene just a few years ago, and since then she's been so dangerous, winning many of her fights, winning some Grand Prix medals, gold medals, let's say. And now she is the #1 seed here today, and also she just won her first fight and she's in the semi-finals.
Competing on mat 2 in the women's J1 under 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Mongolia, Taruna Kaya. And in the blue judo gi representing Tibet, Merve Alkutu Hajabeko. The winner on mat 3 in the white judo gi representing Great Britain, David Howe.
So on the mat now in the white judo gi is Turuna Lakaljev of Mongolia, and she is facing Merve Uslu Hajapipur of Turkey. Merve Uslu won some big medals in the past, and she's the current silver medalist of the last World Championships.
In the white judo gi representing People's Republic of China, Wang Yu. And in the blue judo gi representing Lithuania, Monica Aslian-Yet. The winner on mat 3 in the white judo gi.
See if they're gonna check that again. And to give you a little update about man #3, that's gonna be really interesting because the current world champion, in absence of Maldonado, just won her semi-final really easy, and she's in the final already. So let's switch to mat #3 to see this second semi-final between Ogawa Kazusa of Japan and Alana Maldonado of Brazil. So I think Maldonado is the clear favorite here, but the only disadvantage she has is that she didn't fight for a long time. This is her first tournament back in competition. So you always have that strong left-sided grip. But it's not so easy against Ogawa. Ogawa is somebody that's difficult to throw. But I said that now she's almost going over. Maldonado is gonna hold on. And she needs to hold on to that for 20 seconds in order to win this contest. And then there were really quick semi-finals then. So it's gonna be a really interesting final between Wang of People's Republic of China and Maldonado of Brazil. So let's quickly head back to the contest between Lakaljev and Uslu. So Lakaljev trying to strangle Uslu here, but not succeeding. She does have a Wazari score on the board now. So Lakaljev is in the lead.
On mat 3 in the men's J2
So Oesley is really strong with taking over her opponent. Like this, going to the back. She just didn't have enough control on the grip here. So still the half the contest time is on. And although Lagajev is in the lead, Oesley still has a chance of coming back.
On mat 3, the winner in the white judo gi, representing France,
Right-sided Seonage, but just pushed back by Lagajev. And I think she could be in trouble here for Shimewaza. Lagajev really pushing it, trying to strangle down her opponent.
And in the blue judo gi, representing Uzbekistan, Commentated.
Another right-sided Seonage, but now it's, you can see from the side it's completely under the chin. And Lagajev is trying to strangle her down. And this time it does work out for Lagajev. And we can see her later in the semi-finals here today.
The winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi, representing Mongolia, Turina Habayo.
And with this fight finished, it might be nice to take a look at mat number 3, because we were just seeing the opening round in that category, and now it's time for the quarterfinals here. And in the last fight, Elios Lachumania just beat Dmitro Solovey of Ukraine with a hold down. So he's the first semi-finalist in this category. And then we have this contest between Evan Malloy of Great Britain. He's wearing the white judogi here, and he's facing Davurgon Karomatov of Uzbekistan, and he's looking so strong here. So Karomatov already has a Wazari on the board. It's still 3 minutes and 18 seconds left, but he looks like he's ready to throw over any opponent. And Ivan Malloy has to do everything here to avoid going over. So Karomatov is the silver medalist of the last Paralympic Games, and he did that in the 81 kilogram category. So good attempt here from Ivan Malloy. Trying to work his way on the ground. Not sure if he really has enough leverage, so the referee calls him mate here. again, that strong sided grip, and it was a good response from Malloy, but I think he's struggling with that strength and with the left arm of Karomatov.
The winner of match 1 in the white judo gi representing Cuba, Sheila Samaya Hernandez Escamina.
Honestly, I think the longer this contest lasts, the more in the benefit of Malloy it will be. Malloy is really well trained, has good stamina, and he can keep going for many more minutes if he needs to. Here again, that right-sided grip, that's just so strong. Karomatov completely throwing over even Malloy.
The winner on match 3 in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Devergon Karamazov.
So obviously Malloy still has a shot at the rapid charge, but Karomatov is the one that's going to face Laciumani in the semifinals, and that's going to be so interesting because in the last encounter it was Karomatov who beat Laciumani.
Representing Georgia, Lasha Kizilashvili.
So on the mat now, Marcelo Casanova of Brazil in white judo gi and Lasha Kizilashvili of Georgia in blue.
The winner of match 1 in the blue judo gi representing Kazakhstan, Aidana Gaskasi.
Both moving around.
Competing on match 1 in the women's J1 over 70 kilo category.
They're really pushing each other down. Doesn't look too positive yet.
Nazan Akikunez. And in the blue judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Ruze Agashima.
So in this weight category there's so many good athletes, but it's going to be so interesting with both Kizilashvili as Gogo Churi, because Gogo Churi is registered so many times but in the end not competing. That's the same happened during this competition, and in the end he might be the stronger fighter or the favorite to go to the Paris Paralympics, but if he's not fighting in the meantime, Kizilashvili is picking up medals, like a bronze medal at the Worlds. So we might see him later this year in Paris.
The winner on match 2 in the white judo
Statt 120, naja, okay. Ich hoffe mal, dass ich
Bagunça a gola pra botar.
sehe, es ist nicht aufgelöst.
Bate embaixo, bate embaixo.
So they're really struggling with each other's kumikata. Struggling to come in with a proper technique. And I think Kizilashvili is putting a lot of pressure on Casanova.
In the women's Gen 1 over 70 kilos category. In the white judo gi representing the People's Republic of China, Liu Li. And in the blue judo gi representing Turkey, Esma Taskin.
Vira o ataque. Ele tá cansando. Carrega, carrega.
So Kizilashvili is on his first judo here. And it's such a tough and yeah, it's just a hard contest, I think. You can see that here by Casanova trying to enter for technique, but completely blocked by Kizilashvili.
Postura. Isso. Faz ele andar, faz ele andar. Pra ti. É agora. É agora. Curta ele.
This time a good attempt coming from Casanova, almost turning Kizilashvili on his side.
Engole a manga dele, selou.
So also Casanova now picks up his first judo. Only 58 seconds left in this contest, and it's honestly they're just blocking each other out. So they have to find try to find a solution for that. And I think it's more to do with Kizilashvili, because if you look at that left arm, just really pushing that arm backwards. So Casanova is not free to use that right side of him, and I think he really needs that to come up with the proper technique. So Kizilashvili is really pushing him down. And Casanova is having his arms bent, so he's trying to pull his opponent more close.
Ei, Marcelo, vai teu lugar.
So a second judo now on the board for Casanova. I'm not sure I completely agree with that. So I think in my opinion, Casanova looks a bit more positive, so he would try to find an entrance, but I think he's completely blocked with the kumikata of Kizilashvili.
Posturado tu complica ele, Marcelo.
Mat 3, golden score.
Vamos aqui, colhe nessa mão esquerda, tá bom também.
The winner on mat 1 in the white judo gi representing Turkey, Nazan Akimunes. And the winner on mat 2 representing the People's Republic of China in the white judo gi, Liu.
Posturou.
So I think it's good to take a look at. I'm really interested to see the end of this contest. So we're gonna stay a little bit longer here, but as soon as we can, we are gonna switch to mat number 2 because the semi-finals are about to start there.
Representing Ukraine, Anastasia Harnik. And in the blue judo gi, representing Venezuela, Nanzita Yoselin Sanabria Alcantara.
Here Kizilashvili with some nice ashiwaza, getting closer to a good attack.
In the white judo gi, representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Vahid Nouri. And in the blue judo gi, representing Great Britain, Jack Hodgson.
Tu não responder, tu vai tomar Shido. Oscar! Vai! Vai! Oh! Shidobu! Shidobu!
So it's such a hard contest between these two athletes. I think the small benefit is for Kizilashvili, with both of them having shooters on the board, but Casanova having 2 of them and Kizilashvili only 1. And it was outside of the camera work, but Kizilashvili managed to throw over Casanova here for a Bazari score. So it was a hard-fought match.
The winner on mat 1.
So Kizilashvili is going to be in the semi-finals. And let's switch to mat number 2 to see the rest of the semi-final between Wahid Nouri of Islamic Republic of Iran and Jack Hodgson of Great Britain. So Hodgson was out for quite a long time, but I'm thinking, like you see, the more competition he does, the better he gets.
In the white judo gi, representing Ukraine.
So it's nice to see him having a good fight again.
And in the blue judo gi, representing South Africa, Jack Joubert. Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Canada, Christina Mount. And in the blue judo gi, representing Argentina, Mola Karina Gomez.
Nice attempt coming from Hodgson. So Wahid Nouri looks so strong with that left side, but I think Hodgson is doing a great job here.
In the blue judo gi, representing Argentina.
The thing is that Nouri, at some point in this contest, he's gonna throw his hips in, and almost always he's scoring with those techniques. Now switching of direction.
Competing on map 3 in the men's J1 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Hungary, Norbert Forrest. And in the blue judo gi representing Mongolia, Mateusz Batkulian. Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category.
So again, that strong left-sided grip, and Hodgson is trying to escape that. That was a nice piece of action. I think good response from Hodgson, and almost being dangerous. Good job there from Hodgson again, but it is a danger to go to that strong side of Nouri. Again, trying to go on that side, and that's it. Beautiful left-sided Uchimata. As I said, as soon as he does that, he takes his time to come up with a good technique, but he is so dangerous with that, and I think in this case it was a really good timing. So Wahid Nouri is into the final, and we're gonna see Hodgson fighting for the bronze.
The winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi representing the Islamic Republic of Iran, Wahid Nouri. Competing on mat 3 in the men's J1 under 90 kilograms category. In the white judo gi representing Canada, Eitel Huliger. And in the blue judo gi representing the Republic of Moldova, Oleg Krekl. Competing on mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Turkey, Ibrahim Bolospasi.
So for this next semi-final in white judo gi we have Ibrahim Bolukbasi, and in blue we have Yerlan Konkiev. So Bolukbasi of Turkey is in white judo gi here, and Konkiev of Kazakhstan in blue. Both are having explosive moves. They threw over the opponents before. Left-handed grip from Konkiev.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Great Britain, Evie Gorman. And in the blue judo gi representing Kazakhstan, Alfaya Lakaba. Competing on mat 3 in the men's J1 under 90 kilos category. In the white judo gi representing Brazil, Marca Cavalente de Silva.
Ooh, that looks strong. Bolukbasi had a good grip there. Konkiev just escaped that one. So most of all, it has been kumikata work, trying to get a good grip. So that's why Bolukbasi in this case is picking up a penalty for passivity. Just putting it on the wrong side of the field. So interestingly enough, they haven't discovered that mistake yet.
Representing Kazakhstan, Lakabeli. Competing on mat one in the women's J2 over 70 kilos category. In the white judo gi representing the United States of America, Katie Davis. And in the blue judo gi representing Brazil, Rebecca Silva.
So only now they discovered the mistake that the Shido is on the wrong side of the board. So finally the scoreboard is even again. But they might take a look at another action, but at least this is sorted out now.
The winner of mat one. Competing on mat 1 in the women's
So that was such an interesting move there from Bolukbasi. I think he was working from a defeated position. You know, Konkiev looked so much in control during this last minute. And then Bolukbasi creates that chance out of nothing, holding down Konkiev for 10 seconds and scoring Ewazari on the board. Nicely done, trying to take him to the back. It looks like Bolukbasi found some new energy there. And Konkiev looked all in control up until that piece of Newaza from Bolukbasi.
The winner of match 1 in the blue judo gi representing France, Priscilla.
Another left-sided Seonaga, and this time he does pull off a win in the end. Bolukbasi throwing over Konkiev, and it just looked like he was drained out at some point. Like a minute or so before the end of the contest time, it suddenly started to change. Konkiev was completely in control, leading with the Wazari, and then suddenly everything changed. So really well done by Bolukbasi.
And in the blue judo gi representing the United States of America, Christella Josette Garcia. The winner on match 3 in the white judo gi representing France, Cyril Yola. And the winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi representing Turkey, Ibrahim Bolukbasi.
So I think we're going to take a look at mat number 3. And here you still see Jonard just coming off the mat, winning his fight against Daniel Powell. And he is facing Cavalcante later today in the final. So really well done by Jonard. And we're going to watch a rapid charge contest of the J2 under 90 kilogram for men. And although it's a rapid charge contest, it's two really top athletes here. Daniel Rafael Goral of Germany facing Dmitro Solovey of Ukraine. And Solovey straight away going into that sacrifice technique. He's strong with that. First the sacrifice technique and then make a quick transition to Newaza. The only problem with that is that your first technique, your Tachiwaza attempt, has to be an actual attempt to throw over your opponent. And this was the second sacrifice technique that we saw from Solovey, just throwing over Goral. And it's so interesting to see. So Goral had such a good contest against Lachumania, was really dangerous to him, and then against Solovey struggling a lot more. Another Sutami attempt coming from Solovey. It is really hard as a tall athlete to fight against somebody that's only doing those sacrifice techniques as Sutamis, because you just don't really get the time to come up with a good technique. Here you see one again.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 over 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Indonesia, Roma Siska. And in the blue judo gi representing Germany, Lina Scorso.
So now a strong right-sided grip from Goral, and I think that was completely escaping the pressure there from Dimitri Solovey. Wouldn't be surprised if he picks up a Shido for that. So just for going to the ground without any technique, really escaping the pressure. You can see Goral is a physical, really strong athlete. Again, right-sided technique. Oh, that's nice. Rosari score. I think Solovey was trying to take him to the back. But good work from Goral, and that's evening out to score. Actually, the benefit is for Goral here because Solovey already has the Shido on the board. Again, one of those Yoko Tumonages coming from Solovey, but they're starting to look a bit less strong. And it's going to be a long road for Solovey here, because I think Goral is in top shape today.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57 kilos category. In the white judo gi representing the People's Republic of China, Shi Yiji. And in the blue judo gi representing Brazil, Larissa Silva.
Oh wow, beautifully done. Nice haragoshi coming from Goral. So he's still in the race to pick up a bronze medal here today. It's not going to be easy because you have Goodrich and Malloy still in there. And then he's not even going to be there yet. So really nicely done. And with that said, I'm going to switch to mat number 1 here.
The winner on mat 3.
Because there's some semi-finals going on in the J1 under 57 kilogram category. This has been a really good category today. I'm not sure if you've seen some of the contests. But there's been a lot of beautiful Ippons, and we have the current world champion Shi Jie of People's Republic of China on the mat. She also won the Grand Prix of Baku. And she is facing Larissa Silva of Brazil in blue.
Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing the United States of America, Benjamin Goodrich. And in the blue judo gi representing...
So really nicely done, left-sided technique coming from Xu. And now holding down her opponent. She's such a strong athlete. And I think she really is the one to beat today. Now already scoring her second Rosari in this contest. So she is going to be the first finalist in this category. So well done by Xu Jie of People's Republic of China. And we're gonna check out who is gonna be her opponent in the next contest.
in the women's J1 under 57 kilos category. In the
So
white
the
judo
next
gi, representing
semi-finalist
Uzbekistan,
here.
Uljan Ariba. And in the blue judo gi, representing Ukraine, Angela
In white
Abruzzo.
judo gi is Uljan Amrieva of Uzbekistan. And in blue judo gi, Angela Havrisyuk of Ukraine. Havrisyuk being the bronze medalist of the last World Championships. And she's always there fighting for the medals. And I was so impressed with her. One time she had to fight teams, and I think she was moving up a category and still managing to do so well, despite being much lighter than her opponents. And she really has so much spirit. So here, turning over opponent, but almost into trouble here. And that's a shame. I think that was just too much eagerness from Havrisyuk to hold on to her opponent. And Amrieva is going to take a win here. So really well done by Amrieva. It's not over yet, so there's still chances for Havrisyuk to turn out of that osaikumi. Let's see if she manages to do that, but it looks so strong. And honestly, I think Havrisyuk was really the favorite here in this contest, but it's Amrieva that's just taking the win here. So nicely done by Amrieva. We're going to see her against the current world champion Xu of the People's Republic of China.
In the white judo gi, representing Uzbekistan, Uljan Ariba.
So we're going to stay on this mat because there's going to be some more semi-finals.
Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Kazakhstan, Halakbek Onalek. And in the blue judo gi, representing the People's Republic of China, Ji.
So we're going to watch the J2 over 70 kilogram category for women. And coming on to the mat now is Mokinur Parmonova of Uzbekistan in white judo gi. And Zarina Raifova of Kazakhstan in blue. And I think those were not the favorites here to be in the semi-finals. So we have Rebecca Silva and Meg Emmerich fighting here, both of Brazil, but they lost out to their opponents. So it will be nice to see who's gonna win this one. There are some athletes that have been around for a very long time. So Silva, Emmerich, they've been around and we've seen them fighting many times. And then you have, let's say, the ones that I've seen less, like Parmonova, and she still has so much chances to qualify for the Paralympic Games and be a real threat there. So there's 2 more competitions after this to gain points and qualification for the Paralympic Games. Those will be in Antalya and in Tbilisi. So you can expect high numbers of participants during these competitions. I think this Grand Prix has the most participants after the World Games last year in Birmingham. So left-handed grip from Parmonova and then a right-handed grip from Raifova. So Kumikata mistake by Raifova, so picking up her first penalty on the board now. So let's see who's gonna be the first one to come up with a good technique here. They are taking their time. So probably both will pick up Bushido now. Just being too passive. I think they're giving some motivation by the referee here. Now that's a good grip from Raifova. Let's see if she can do something with that, but good escape from Parmenova. So you could just see a hint, but they are maybe a little bit too scared to come up with a good technique. And from the outside, it's quite easy to say something like that. Why don't you throw? But if you're on the mat itself and you're feeling the strength of your opponent, you can feel so much threat in some directions. So it's much harder.
The winner on mat 2 in the blue judo gi, representing the People's Republic of China, GER.
That was a slightly better effort coming from Raifova, and she needs to because she is already on 2 penalties. So she needs to attack.
Competing on mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing
So still no scorers after 3 minutes of competing here in this contest.
In the blue judo gi, representing France, Berenger Ligo.
Parmenova trying to go to that left side. And now a right-sided Seonage. Good effort from Duo's back. So in this category with Rebecca Silva, the number 1 seed out, and Meg Emmerich, the number 4 seed out, I would put my money on Sheila Hernandez Estupinan of Cuba, who is the bronze medalist of the last World Championships. She might have the best papers to win the competition today. And she's going to be in the next semi-final against Kaziz Kizi.
The winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi, representing Kazakhstan, Zergamez Shukurov. Competing on mat 2 in the men's J2 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing France, Neysa Zugani. And in the blue judo gi, representing
nice left-sided
Brazil,
technique from Raifova. But they are really struggling to come up with dangerous techniques. So just a few seconds in this regular contest time before we head out to a golden score.
The winner on match 3 in the blue judo gi representing Great Britain, Evan Malloy. Mat 1, golden score. Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category.
So golden score just started. Let's see if one of them has what it takes to come up with a good score. I think Raifova at times has such a good grip. Oh, that was under the chin, I could see that. So as soon as the referee sees that, she will call out the mate, and it just happened. So as soon as the lapel is over the chin, that's an immediate mate. Again, strong left-sided grip, but she's just too afraid to really come in with the technique, it looks like. Just keep standing up. Again, that left hand over the top. Now her right hand, strong grip. Just losing that grip. Ooh, that's dangerous what Raifova is doing there. So she was breaking the grip, but almost not immediately grabbing the sleeve or the lapel or something of their opponent. And she already had a Shido for a gripping mistake.
Competing on mat 2 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Brazil, Williams de Olio. And in the blue judo gi representing Netherlands, Daniel Niet.
So on the other mat, mat number 2, Williams Aruja just took a few seconds to throw over Daniel Knecht. He really looks unbeatable, the Arujo. He's one of the heaviest athletes, but he has such good judo skill. So he's beating his opponents really easy up until today, and he's gonna, let's see if he has a more tough final. But he's really the one to beat in this category.
The winner on mat 2 in the white judo gi representing Brazil, Williams de Olio.
So both here already picked up 2 Shidos. And Barmanova is the one that's picking up a 3rd Shido. So it was such a close call here. But Raifova goes through to the final. I honestly think and I hope that she will be daring to do some bigger throws in the final.
In the white judo gi representing the Republic of Moldova, Ion Basok. And in the blue judo gi representing Azerbaijan, Ilham Zakiev. And competing on mat 1 in the women's J2.
So this second semi-final is gonna be between Sheila Samarian Hernandez Estupiñán of Cuba And she's facing Aidana Gaziskizi of Kazakhstan.
Aidana Zaziskisi.
Left-sided technique coming from Hernandez in the opening seconds. Looks a bit more agile this contest. And a little bit more dynamic. Left-sided technique coming from Hernandez again. Far over the top, but nice switch for Kaziskizi, trying to take over with Uchimata.
And in the blue judo gi, representing South Africa, GER.
So Basok of Moldova just beat Zakiev. That's really well done by him. I think he beat him once before, but he's starting to look like one of the top contenders here. I'm curious what he's going to bring against Dara Ujo.
The winner on mat 2.
Wow, nice left-sided Uchimata Vasari score. Really nicely done. And let's see if she can free up that leg. And then she would only need 10 seconds. But I don't think there's not enough control on the top half yet. It does look stronger now. But really nicely done by Hernandez is to be done.
Competing on mat 2 in the women's J1 under 17 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Brazil, Brenda Souza de Freitas. And in the blue judo gi, representing Mongolia, Taruna Hayev.
And a right-sided technique coming from Kaziskizi. She's not beaten yet. So again, that strong left side from Hernandez, and followed up by a nice right side at Seunage. Just losing the grip in the way down, but good attempt from Hernandez.
In the white judo gi, representing Brazil, Brenda Souza de Freitas.
And the one also in form today is Brenda Souza de Freitas, winning her contest with a Nippon, and she is in the final as well. So Brazil is on fire today with already, I think, on the top of my mind, 3 people in the final.
Competing on mat 2 in the women's J1 under 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi, representing Greece, Theodora Pascalidou. And in the blue judo gi, representing the People's Republic of China, Liu Li.
So again, that strong left side, but she cannot hold on to that too much. So Kaziski is looking a bit stronger now. So only half the contest time gone. It looks like there's already a lot more minutes because so much has happened. These two are really going for it. that was really a poor attempt for me coming from Hernandez. She has such great judo, so she shouldn't really make those mistakes.
Competing on match 3 in the men's J1 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gear representing Sweden, Oscar Weigren. And in the blue judo gear representing Mongolia, Batak Sabakuya.
So Hernandez looking a bit defensive here, just trying to work on that left side, but Kaziski needs to come up with something different than just pushing her opponent outside the mat area. So Hernandez picking up a Shido for that actually, so it was tactically quite clever, but in the end it's not gonna give Kaziski a win. She really needs to come up with a score.
Bei dem schon die ganze Zeit so, das ist so krank.
The referee pointing out out, which means the blue athlete can pick first the way they want to grip. So that is a good attempt. She's just losing the grip again. So she is strong, but if she can manage to hold on to that and stand up a little bit longer, she would be more dangerous. So it's all about that core strength for these attacks. So Kaziski trying to work on that physique. And it's not an easy contest to referee, I think. Because you always want to give a reward to the athlete that's most positive, and that's obviously the athlete that's put on a score. It's such a shame that Hernandez is trying to do that stuff, because she's gonna pick up a Shido for just going to the ground without a technique. And that's gonna give her a second Shido and a lot of stress for these last 50 seconds. So it's a second penalty here for Hernandez Estupinan. Who's not able to resist herself and trying to escape that pressure. And I think both Shidos for her were, I think, a little bit tactical mistakes. And it's just not needed. And this was a slightly better attempt, but she's gonna have a rough time here. And let's see if she can handle and hold on to that lead. and that was really a better attempt. Good attempt coming from Hernandez. I think she showed the best technique during this contest, but she still is in trouble because she cannot afford to make a mistake like she did earlier in the contest. So not enough seconds left. Not a lot, I must say. 23. Ooh, that was really close there. Kazizkizi coming up with a really good technique here.
The winner on mat 2 in the blue judo gi, representing the People's Republic of China.
Oof, she needs to watch out with that.
Competing on mat 1 in the men's J1 over 90 kilo category.
So Kazizkizi, she picked up a bronze medal during the last Grand Prix of Tokyo, but I'm not so familiar with her. I haven't seen her competing before.
The winner on mat 3.
But she's showing that she's quite strong. And she's really putting so much pressure on Hernandez Estupinan. So the crowd is asking for a Shido. I don't think they're going to give that because in the end it's Hernandez that took out the score, and she has had some really good encounters.
And in the blue judo gi, representing
so it was not an easy win, but she took a win, and she was the one that scored during the contest.
The winner on mat 1 in the white judo gi, representing Cuba, Sheila Samarian Hernandez Estupinan. Competing on mat 1 in the women's J1 under 57.
So let's take a look at mat number 3 with the rapid charge contest of the J1 under 90 kilogram category.
Representing Argentina, Paula Karina Gomez.
So on the mat now, Oleg Kretsu of Moldova, and he is facing Yasin Simşiler of Turkey. Both good athletes. Kretsu has been around for a lot longer. Simşiler a little bit newer to the scene. Always very passionate in his fighting, so that's always nice to see. He has a good makikomi technique. As you can see here, trying to go for that right away, just losing balance in the end. I think Kretsu was forgetting a little bit the rules there, picking up the leg, but he might have also just missed that. You know, he can obviously not always see where the body is.
Representing the People's Republic of China, GER.
So finalists in this category are already known: Arthur Cavalcante da Silva of Brazil and Cyril Jonard of France. And we have, after this, we have the under 90 J2 category coming up with two really good semi-finals. So Kretsu better hold on to that right arm of Simşiler, because he's gonna try to put that arm on top and go for that makikomi. And Kretsu looks a little bit relaxed, going now That was really nicely done. I was thinking he looks quite relaxed and calm, just waiting for a good attempt, and he came up with a beautiful score. So nicely done by Kretzel, and we're going to see him for the bronze medal contest.
The winner of match 3 in the white judo gi representing the Republic of Moldova, Kretzel.
So 2 other semi-finals coming up. And then we just have a few rapid charge contests left on each mat before we close the morning block and the preliminaries. And then we'll continue after a break with the final block.
And in the blue judo gi, representing Uzbekistan, Commentated.
So in white judo gi here, Helios Lachumania of France, and in blue judo gi, Davurkhan Karomatov of Uzbekistan. The number 3 and the number 2 of the last Paralympic Games, albeit in different weight categories. And interestingly enough, Lachumania has only one opponent in the last few years that he lost out to, and it is Karomatov. So during the last competition in Baku, Karomatov beat Lachumania, but after that Lachumania took some revenge in Tokyo and beat Karomatov. So let's see what's gonna happen here. So strong work from Karomatov, just trying to basically well, put some pressure on the world champion. But actually giving himself a Shido for a gripping mistake. So he had 2 hands on one side of the lapel. And that is not possible in judo. You can just hold on to that for a few seconds before you come up with a good attack. So you have to do that in preparation of an attack, and otherwise it's negative judo. Again, holding on to one side, as you could see, but in this case he was doing that to come to a technique, so then it's no problem. So for me, Lachumania is always a very complete athlete. He looks very much in control. He knows exactly what he's doing. So although he's sometimes struggling with the physical strength of some of the other athletes, they are not able to throw him over. And then the longer the contest progresses, the better he gets. So just a Shido on the board for a gripping mistake for Karomatov. And Lachumania trying to find some entrance there. Nice movement from Karomatov. But here you can see the quality of Lachumania. So Karomatov has such a strong technique throwing over his opponents, but against Lachumania, he's Lachumania can anticipate on that so well. Nice piece of Ashiwaza coming from Lachumania.
J1 under 57 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Canada, Priscilla Gagnon.
And now working his way in the waza.
Representing Kazakhstan, Alfaya Telek Abel.
So, although there's no scores on the board, it's been a really interesting contest. Some good attacks coming from Karomatov. And Lachumania is struggling to get to a really good attempt, but he does look in control. So Seonage attempt coming from Lachumania, just being blocked by Karomatov. So Lachumania also trying to work on the legs and trying to find some other entrance for a technique. So this time Yoku Tumunage. He's not really breaking the balance of Karomatov. Oh, that was actually a nice piece of action, but then taken backwards by Karomatov. So Lachumania is in trouble now. I do like he's really, it looks like his opponent is a puzzle, you know. He's trying to find different entrances, and in this case it was not the best entrance. But let's see, I would like to see a replay of that to see if he really landed on his back, for example. So if his back didn't really touch the mat, that could not have been a score. So both athletes take their time to get a good kumikata while the referees, or sorry, do their judo gis, while the referee on the side are checking the action that happened before. So Lachumania entered for a technique. And they decide to keep that Bazari on the board, so Lachumania is in trouble and he's in risk of losing against Karomatov for a second time. And he's gonna do that. So big release for Karomatov. And that's gonna be so interesting for the next couple of tournaments to see who's gonna come out on top. So Karomatov just beat the double world champion for the second time, and actually Lachumania only lost out to one person, and it's Karomatov. So that's gonna be really good for the Paralympic Games as well, to see who's gonna finish on top. And then you have these other top athletes, like here you have Lasha Kizilashvili and Alexander Nazarenko, who are also top contenders.
The winner on mat 2 in the blue judo gi representing the People's Republic of China, Ji Julong. Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Georgia, Lasha Kizilashvili. And in the blue judo gi representing Ukraine, Alexander Nazarenko.
So both athletes try to get to their grip. I think Kizilashvili is breaking the grip there of Nazarenko.
70 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Uzbekistan, Bibisora Ashmanova. And in the blue judo gi representing Turkey.
And you can see, like in the last contest, Kizilashvili is really good in blocking their opponents from really getting a grip. But it's, I think he needs to watch out by not being too positive. Like, if Nazarenko is smart, he's just keeping his arm like that. And the referee could penalize Kizilashvili, actually.
Competing on mat 1 in the women's J2 over 70 kilo category. In the white judo gi representing Brazil, Rebecca Silva. And in the blue judo gi representing Brazil, Meg Emmerich.
And now Kizilashvili is getting the first penalty, and I think he's actually lucky to not get it earlier in the contest. So, and I do understand Kizilashvili because Nazarenko is one of the strongest athletes on the scene in this weight category. And you can see that right here, he's just crumbling under the pressure. And that's why Kizilashvili is trying everything to avoid getting into that pressure of Nazarenko. And here you can see that Kizilashvili started off really strong actually, but he's starting to lose some of his strength during the contest.
The winner on mat 2 in the blue judo gi representing Turkey,
So although Kizilashvili is struggling a bit with the strength of Nazarenko, if you look at the first encounter they had like 2 years ago, the difference between them was much bigger. So a Sutumi attempt from Nazarenko, not the best one, but it is another attack in.
70 kilos category. In the white judo gi representing Japan, Toshimaya Minako. And in the blue judo gi representing Turkey, Esma Taskin.
That was really nice piece of action. Kizilashvili trying to take Nazarenko backwards with an uronage and getting quite close to scoring. Oh, another nice movement. So Kizilashvili has some really good encounters in the last minute or half a minute. And Nazarenko is warned, I guess, going over almost twice here. Another nice Uchimata coming from Kizilashvili. It looks Nazarenko is also not so into it, you know. He just blocked that Uchimata, but he could have done something more and could have gone for a takeover. Kizilashvili just falling down there, just lacking some energy. So another good grip actually from Kizilashvili, and Nazarenko is struggling a little bit, now changing direction. But both look like they used so much energy against each other. So actually this time Nazarenko had a better grip here. But right timing for Kizilashvili to come up with it with an attack. These guys look completely drained, but it's not even a golden score yet. Still 39 seconds in this regular contest time. So they just spent all their energy. And it's so important because this is the battle if you are secure of a medal or not. So if you win this one, you have at least silver, and that gives such a great feeling. I'm not sure if that was a Wazari score actually, but it's on the board, and I think they're gonna check that.
The winner on mat 1 in the white judo gi representing Brazil, Rebecca Silva.
So I'm happy they did that because that was not a Wazari in my opinion. So it's always good that the referees on the side can take another look, because the referee in the middle, he cannot always take a look from the right direction and from the right angle. He cannot look at it again. So it's very good to have this GER system in place and to have the judges on the side and the supervisors to take the right call. Another attempt coming from Kizilashvili, but it takes some more effort. But it is an attempt. So they might take a look at that as also again, see if that was enough for a score. So really this could go either way, almost time for a golden score here. And honestly, for me, I have seen Nazarenko in better shape. He was supposed to be much stronger than his opponents. And in this case, he is struggling with his physical strength. Now, and that's gonna be a score there. Incredible. Kizilashvili beating Nazarenko, the former world champion here. So interesting final here between these two. They were not the number 1 and 2 seed. Those went out. So it's gonna be Davurgon Karomatov in the final of Uzbekistan against Lasha Kizilashvili of Georgia.
Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2.
So we have 2 more rapid charge contests coming up before we finish this morning block. And first of all, we have Daniel Rafael Goral of Germany facing Evan Malloy of Great Britain. And I'm interested in this contest because Evan Malloy has really good soda. Ooh, and that's scoring right away. He's so dangerous with that. But as soon as his opponents know, he's getting less dangerous, you know. They are able to anticipate. So it's an unfortunate start for Goral. But a great start for Evan Malloy. And that could be the second Wazari. I'm not sure if that was enough. They might do a small recheck, but it looked like Goral went on his side. So quick finish for Evan Malloy, and it must give him some confidence. Beating 2 opponents in the rapid charge contests, and he will be facing actually he will be facing Alexander Nazarenko, just lost his semi-final.
Competing on mat 3 in the men's J2 under 90 kilo category. In the white judo representing Brazil, Marcelo Casanova.
So in this last contest in the under 90 kilograms J2 athletes, there's 2 other contests going on the other mat. So if this one is finished earlier, we're gonna take a quick look at the other mat still. But all mats have their last contest going on. Here, the rapid charge contest of the under 90 kilogram for J2 athletes. In white judogi, we have Marcelo Casanova of Brazil. And in blue judogi, we have Kalimjan Smagululi of Kazakhstan. So they already have one of the top favorite, the toughest opponents waiting for them. Helios Lachomanias waiting for them in the bronze medal match. But in order to get there, they first have to beat their opponent here. Right-sided. I think that was like almost the Uchimata. It was a little combination there, but first was Ari on the board for Casanova. So the referee are on the side. They are taking another look if that was a Rosari or not.
The winner of match 1 in the white.
So Smagululi did go on his side, and the first Rosari is on the board for Casanova. So both athletes have their grip. And, it was actually a good movement from the body of Casanova, but he was lacking the grip. So if he would just have one sleeve of Smagululi, it could have been more dangerous. So both athletes making sure they have the grip. They have to be upright, so they're putting too much pressure on each other already before the Ajime. So the arms have to be a little bit relaxed and bended and not be straight. And as soon as the Ajime is called, they can do whatever they want with their grips, as long as they hold on with two hands. So it's actually a good grip from Smagululi. Try to go for that right side. Going for a sacrifice technique.
Representing Japan, Sakaya Minako.
So there's some favorites today that really came through. Wahid Nouri, the double world champion, he won all his fights. Arthur Cavalcante da Silva of Brazil did the same thing. William Araujo of Brazil did the same thing. Shi Jiji of People's Republic of China did the same thing. Like many of the #1 seats actually came through. Souza de Freitas, Brena Souza de Freitas of Brazil, same thing. And there's just a few ones that lost, like Elios Lachumani, who is one of the few ones. So still the Wazari on the board here for Casanova. That was a nice left-sided Ouchigari for Smaguluri. Just no scores, but good attempt. So first penalty is going to be given to Casanova now for being too passive. I think Smagululi is the one that's pushing the pace here, and he has to actually, because he is not in the lead here. this contest is gonna drag along a little bit, so it's a gripping mistake now for Smagululi. And I don't like that too much because it's again they have to go back to their spot, and they cannot get the pace so high.
Wir haben es heute geschafft, nach 500 Mal Fahren
Right-sided attempt coming from Casanova. So actually this Wazari in the first few seconds of this contest, it really changed the contest because Casanova is much more defensive as normal. Normally you would see him attacking a lot more, but he doesn't really need to do that. So they really need to be a little bit more relaxed before the Hajime. So Smagululi is really trying to go for it now. He needs that Wazari on the board, otherwise he will lose this contest. He came quite close. But with only 12 seconds on the clock, that's going to be a really hard task for him. So Smagululi picking up Shido. I don't think he really cares because he has only 12 seconds left, so that Shido is not going to give him the loss or the win or anything. He just needs that score on the board. So he's going to really try to get that in the last few seconds. And actually, Casanova is doing the right thing here. Just not taking any risks. And he can even burn off a Shido. So I think it's good tactics coming from Casanova here. And unfortunate for Smagululi, but Casanova is going to take a win here. So the number 2 seed of today is going to fight for the bronze medal against the number 1 seed of today. So Marcelo Casanova of Brazil. I think Brazil is doing great today. They have quite a lot of final spots here, and they have good chances of picking up some gold medals. So that concludes the preliminaries today, and it's 1:30 now, and we're gonna be back at 4 p.m. local time to continue with the medal matches. And thank you for watching this morning, and we hope to see you then.